Welcome back to Light the Fuse. We're really giving the fans what they want this week. More old episodes of the TV show.
Classic. They're classic episodes.
Yeah, I guess.
And some mailbag.
And some mailbag.
I think people are going to be excited.
Right.
We're going to make it awesome.
This is Drew Taylor, once again joined by Charles Hood.
Hello.
And
there are people out there who do like the old show, you know.
I know. Thomas has the whole box set with looks like dynamite. And yeah.
We've been criticized on Reddit, actually. For not talking enough about Peter Graves' character, about Jim Phelps.
We're going to do that.
And how awesome he is.
Tonight.
With
the second episode.
So there's two episodes we're talking about. There's season 1 episode called The Carriers. And then then there's a season 4 episode called Submarine. Yeah. And now we've not talked since we both watched these, so I don't know. The only thing I heard going into this recording is you said you really liked one and not so much the other. And I don't know which one you liked and which one you didn't. I'm very curious.
You loved both?
I think, well, I'm scared now because you're going to hate this one. I don't know, but I think The Carriers is one of the best episodes. I think it's...
we got a lot to discuss.
I think Operation Rogosh is by far the best episode I've seen, which we talked about ages ago, and still highly recommend from season 1. And then I thought The Carriers was one of the best, and then I really liked Submarine as well. I don't know. Yeah, I think they're both great.
When are we doing? Are we doing the mailbag now, or you want to do it after we talk about the episodes?
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
We'll save the mailbag for the end so people come back.
Yeah.
Charles has some mystery elements to this that I'm not privy to, so you're going to get to.
I'm surprising
hear that. Yeah, in real time. So the first episode we watched was an episode from season 1.
Yes.
Called The Carriers,
featuring George Takei.
Yes. Well, that's what's great about these two episodes. We have 2 Star Trek legends in the episodes. Yeah, I didn't care for this one.
Really? Why?
I thought it was sort of poorly plotted.
Interesting.
I thought it had this amazing scope that very quickly just became the agents in a room talking to somebody. It kind of feels like it was a precursor to Mission Impossible 2 in some ways, just in terms of the kind of mind games. Do you want to give the setup of what this one is?
Why don't you go ahead? You've watched it more recently. I watched this months ago. Actually, we were going to do this episode a while ago, and so I have notes on it. But I watched it months ago, so it's been. So
it's basically they're trying to figure out the IMF agents are posing as Russian agents or something Eastern European agents that are in this training situation
They're infiltrating a fake town.
A fake town.
That's a fake American town that's used to train foreign agents.
Right.
Which I think is such a cool concept.
It's very cool, but. Very quickly, it's just them in a room. It's just the IMF guys and a couple of other people. And so it's even the description on CBS All Access is 120 people could be carrying this virus and it's up for them to infiltrate it. And then it's just them in a room. And I'm kind of well, yeah, I wasn't into this one. Tell me why you liked it.
Well, I don't know. I guess I mean, there's Russian roulette in one scene, right, which I thought was really cool and intense to have in this show. And I don't know. I think I thought that just the concept of it is so cool.
It's a really cool concept.
They're trained. It's there are these funny kind of there's suspenseful moments in the moment where they're supposed to be learning how to be because the IMF agents are pretending to be Russian agents, right? Who are learning how to be American. Yes. So they're getting scolded for selling hot dogs wrong and stuff.
Right.
And I just thought it was just I just love that idea. And apparently, the idea of a fake town used to train enemy spies was later explored in an episode of Alias.
Oh, that's true.
I have not seen that episode.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, there are some good suspenseful moments. There's the moment where I think it's George Takei is working with the Petri dish. And it cracks, and it's oh my God, is he infected? And I think this and the next episode we're going to talk about definitely suffers from the actors not being great with dialect. Although this one they're kind of imitating American accents, so it's a little bit better. But
to me, it's the first season. Martin Landau is always the best.
Yeah, he was great.
And then in the later seasons, Leonard Nimoy is the best.
Right. Yeah.
But. Yeah, I also love the little fake out they do with the fake addresses at the beginning.
Yes, that was very reminiscent of Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, they're real enemy spies are going in to like join this fake town, and they're like, but the IMF has to fool them into going to the wrong address, so they like dress up a different place to be a different address, and then they go in assuming the identity.
Yeah, it goes from 47 to 49. Yeah,
I mean that's just I don't know. I loved it.
I also love George Takei kind of peeking out from the stairs.
Yeah,
you know, in the bachelor. You know, I'm obsessed with this bachelor pad IMF kind of situation room. Yeah, I mean, I think that it is a good entry point episode. Like if you're looking for old episodes to watch and don't want to watch all of them, which I totally sympathize with, this is a very good one to start with.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I still think Operation Rogosh is still my favorite.
It's the best, and it's clearly very influential.
Yeah, and even McCory told us when we interviewed him, he said that Rogosh was, we were the ones who caught it.
Yeah.
There's a reference to Rogosh in Fallout. When Simon Pegg says, I'm the one who hit you with the car.
Right.
That's a reference to Operation Rogosh.
Well, we should say, it's perfect that we're recording this tonight because he actually admitted to elements of the film being elements of the original show being in Rogue Nation.
Yes.
And the
he said Dan Briggs was, which I think we had talked about before on the show maybe because he's brought it up before.
Yeah.
But Dan Briggs was originally going to be an important part of, he was like a lost agent.
Yeah.
In Rogue Nation, who then they said that character morphed into Ilsa.
Yeah, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
I got to confirm that the Paula Patton character is a shout out to Cinnamon Carter, her last name.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting that like he's talking about that while we're on the night we're recording this episode.
Yeah. I also I love that team. I mean, to me, the later seasons, which I have not seen all the episodes, I've only seen a few here and there, always to me suffered to not having Barbara Bain and not having Martin Landau. Mm. But I mean, Leonard Nimoy is a great consolation prize.
Right. Does George Takei come back in any other episodes?
No, I don't think he does. I think he's just guest stars.
He would have been a great
one.
addition to the team.
Yeah.
Love him.
Should we talk about season 4 episode?
Let's do it.
So, obviously, Dan Briggs is the character that McCoy was talking about. He's in season 1, but he is not beyond that. So, like I said before, there was someone on Reddit. His name was Ibrahim Ing.
Okay.
He's the one who criticized us on Reddit for not appreciating the original Phelps enough. So now I'm going to ask you, season 4. We watched the episode called Submarine, which I would also recommend. Would you recommend?
I would highly recommend, yes.
And what do you think of Jim Phelps?
He's great. It is a little jarring going from one to the other because I haven't watched any in between.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of like transition?
They don't. They don't.
Yeah,
it's just season 2 is just suddenly it's Phelps, and then he's through the whole thing, and then he's in the '80s show as well.
Right. Well, so this is like Peter Graves, who you and I grew up with. Also, like he did like news programs and hosted stuff, documentaries and stuff. So,
but to me, the thing that I know most from is the way that the Zaz guys undermined his.
Yes.
So I mean, putting him in Airplane.
Right.
You know, like that's where I knew Peter Graves the most, which I think maybe informed why I never liked Phelps as much as Dan Briggs, because I never took him as seriously because I always thought of how hilarious he is in Airplane.
Right. He's got a great voice.
He has a great voice. And he's really, like, in this episode, kind of a hard ass.
Yeah.
Like, he's assuming a character, which is so cool about, we've always talked about this in the Mission Impossible, particularly the old show, and then McCory's been doing this a lot in the recent movies, is like, it's about filmmaking. And
this one is the most explicit.
Yeah.
I mean, including shooting on Paramount. Yeah. I mean, I was like, oh my God, we've all walked these, backlot area. Like, they did not do anything to hide it. You can even see the arch at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I loved.
Yeah, it's so cool. And they're like, they have a soundstage. They're creating it's basically an elaborate mousetrap.
We have to set this up because this is insane.
Yes.
That this is a ex-Nazi who knows where Nazi gold is and is going to use that gold to funnel it into a Nazi sympathetic uprising in Europe.
Yeah.
Insane. It's like a craziest setup. But it's kind of like, well,
but it's awesome.
Today you're like, that could happen, yeah. But it's great.
And so the whole thing, the IMF, the mission is that they have to get that bank account from him.
Yeah.
And he will not reveal. He's been imprisoned, and they've been trying to get this.
He's never confessed to where it is ever
for like 25 years. Yeah. And so the IMF team, and like every night he gets transported between this like prison or something like that, and so they have to scoop him up. They have to intercept and steal him.
Literally an alley on the Paramount lot.
Yeah. But what's great too is there's an awesome ticking clock going through this episode too, because they steal him from who are they stealing him from?
The Russian or the wherever he was in Europe. Yeah.
And so like when they escape with him, they just go right down the street, like on the same block, and go hide in this warehouse and then set up this basically a soundstage where they have a fake submarine on a gimbal and they put him inside this fake submarine and make him think he's in a submarine headed back to answer for. They trick him into thinking that he's going to answer for divulging the details of the account, the bank account.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's no way I would ever do that. I would never do that. And they're like, well, we're bringing you back to the SS to like, or what's left of it or whatever to answer for it. And but the ticking clock is the cops. They're trying to find where they are. And
I love that.
They've circled. They have this map going through the whole episode. They keep cutting back to them trying to find. They're like, okay, if they left at this point, they drove. The IMF tricked them into thinking they drove off. But instead of driving off and driving away, they just went like a block away into this warehouse. And so they've put up a perimeter with all the police, and they're slowly closing in this perimeter throughout the episode more and more. And it's all a visual on a map. And they show you as the circle gets smaller and smaller until they finally realize where the IMF team is at the end.
Speaking of maps, I want to pause for a second. I want to give a real shout out to something that I think maybe was referenced by JJ in the third movie.
Okay.
Which is that glass sort of board that they look at in both episodes. So this has clearly been something going on where it is like an insanely detailed map of like the neighborhood and every building is colored in.
Right, yeah.
And you never see it like from their perspective. It's always from the other side.
Yeah.
And to me, I was like, oh, this is kind of like him drawing on the window.
On the window
yeah.
in MI3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah,
But this one you've got Jim Phelps, and we've got it's almost a whole new team. Lee Merriweather, who was the Catwoman,
right?
She was Catwoman in the old Batman TV show, and she was even in the movie too.
Yeah, in the 66 movie.
Yeah. So she's awesome. She's a team member in this. As a guest star. Barney's still there. Peter Lupus is there.
Not happy that Barney's like manning the visual effects, the special effects on the outside. I wasn't psyched about that. You know, I always want Barney in there.
Barney's always the tech guy.
Yeah,
and then
but
every once in a while he gets to shine in the field. But
you know, I always want him in there. I love Barney.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of the Luthor. He's like he does the tech stuff. And so Barney like engineers all the special effects throughout the whole episode. They're fooling him into thinking that they're under attack as in a submarine.
Yeah. Also, the accents in this one terrible.
Oh yeah. Terrible. A bunch of the bad guys are dubbed.
Are they?
Yeah, it's pretty poorly dubbed at the beginning. Like, I don't know if their accents were bad or something or what, but they redid their accents. I think
that's amazing.
But Leonard Nimoy, I think, is awesome in this episode.
Yeah,
I really I'm like excited to watch more episodes with him.
Yeah, he was great. I really loved this episode. I thought it was really great. I also liked it because I had watched Underwater, which just opened this week, and then I watched The Abyss last night. So I was sort of in the underwater mood.
Yeah.
And I loved them. Every time like somebody has to leave, they get in that little chamber and like they get shot to the surface, but it's really them just like going up out of the set. But I thought it was really funny. I thought the pacing was a lot better. I mean, this was a little snappier in this one.
It's great. I would recommend this one.
Yeah, I would recommend it too. Yeah.
I mean, we're going to keep watching the old show. When we do, we'll watch the classic episodes and we'll tell you what we think of them. And just so you know, we had to update our outro on the show. I don't know if did I even tell you this?
You told me, but I haven't heard it yet.
So the episodes of the show are no longer on Amazon Prime. So you can't see them there anymore. So we had to remove that from our little outro on the show. So I bought it.
Okay.
But you can watch it. The only place you can buy it on iTunes or Vudu or whatever, but the only place it's actually streaming if you have a subscription is CBS All Access.
Yes.
Which, as we talked about, CBS All Access, they announced that they were going to do Mission Impossible across all platforms.
There's a reason.
Now they've got the old show on their platform, so are they going to do a new show?
Well, that's the other thing is I watched Michael Giacchino's directorial debut, which was a short film for CBS All Access, Star Trek short film that he did the music for, so... Hopefully we'll talk to him soon. He's one of our...
He did an episode of the... Is it Short Treks or whatever?
Yeah, Short Treks. Yeah. Rosa was on.
Yeah, have you seen that yet?
I haven't watched that one yet.
I don't have CBS All Access. I've been needing to do that because I want to watch the new Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it's great.
But Rosa was in one of the Short Treks. Rosa Salazar, who was in my movie Night Owls.
Also, Alita Battle Angel.
Yes.
She is the Battle Angel.
She's bigger. She's more known for being Alita Battle Angel and for being in that awesome Amazon series, Undone.
Yeah.
Have you watched that yet?
I watched the pilot, which I love.
It's really cool. It's like that.
And I love that it's set in San Antonio, which is where I grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for this mailbag?
I think
so. Do you have any final thoughts?
I No, just if you're interested in the show at all, pop it on, watch these. I think these 3 episodes I would recommend. Now, maybe you wouldn't recommend The Carriers as much.
I wouldn't recommend it as much.
But Operation Rogosh and Submarine, I think, are cool to see. It's cool to watch Submarine because you get to see Jim Phelps.
Yeah, I think we're actually doing this at the perfect time too because Picard comes on next week, so I feel like a lot of people are going to be getting CBS All Access for that.
Yeah, so go ahead.
So if you have it for Picard, watch these old shows at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I did actually have a couple other things about the old show that I wanted to share.
Here we go.
Well, I thought it was cool too. I wanted to point out in the Submarine episode, Leonard Nimoy's collar at the beginning was so huge. I feel like that was like the beginning of the transition of their wardrobes to get more. They got more
mod. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also they had the Hartford Repertory Company because they had a lot of extras.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know if that was the same. Was it the same repertory company that was in Operation Rogosh?
I can't remember.
Well, I just thought that at the beginning when Phelps is picking out his team, he also picks out the Hartford Repertory Company. I think that would be cool if in the movies they did that at one point. They expanded the mousetrap so that they needed extras essentially.
I like the way in Carriers that he got the mission too in the photo booth.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah,
I forget how he got it in the second. Did they get a mission briefing in the second one?
In the second one, he was just going to factor even in Submarine.
Yeah,
it was kind of anonymous. It wasn't as fun. The one in the Carriers was.
Here we go. Here's some more notes from Charles. Any more? Okay.
Okay. I don't remember who sent. It might have been Thomas Jeffroy who sent this to us, but this is a long time ago. I stumbled across it in my old photos in my photo album in my phone. But this is a fun thing. Ready? Okay, I'm going to read this. This is an excerpt from a book.
Okay.
I don't even know what book it is. It's just a screen grab. I think it might have been a book about old TV shows and spies or something. When the CIA flew me out to its headquarters in the spring of 2000 to make preparations for my exhibit, a longtime agency operative shared a fascinating story with me. During the 1960s, the CIA assigned some of its staff to watch Mission Impossible on television and report their findings. This weekly analysis gave the agency ideas for real-world applications. It also caused alarm when the agency recognized what appeared to be its own classified technology and scenarios in the series' fictional scripts.
Whoa!
How cool is that?
I wonder what.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like that. So they took ideas from the show. They actually had agents watching the old Mission Impossible show to get ideas.
That's so cool.
And then they also recognized things that they did in actual operations and were like, where did they get that from? So it makes you wonder if they had a technical consultant or something who told them things that actually happened.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you're taking the lead on this mailbag, huh?
You ready for some mailbag stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Here comes the surprise, okay?
Okay.
So...
I'm just going to be here.
We got a note from Matt Dammer. So Matt Dammer, for Christmas, or the holidays, sent us, here you go. Okay. It's a poster he made of Mission Impossible Fallout.
I love that.
So that's what he made. He printed out 2 of these posters for us, so we each get one.
That's amazing. Love that.
Are you ready to really get your mind blown, though?
Yeah.
Here's the other thing he made, and he said...
Don't show Drew.
He said, because I think, I don't know if you remember this, he asked us months ago what we wanted, because he was going to make us Christmas ornaments.
Oh, yes!
Christmas ornaments of Ethan Hunt.
Oh, my God.
Hanging. So there's one, and I think you had asked for Fallout.
Yeah.
And I had asked for him in Langley.
Wow.
So it was the Halo jump from Fallout, and then the Langley.
No, this hanging. Is.
But he said that he decided, because we both talk about Ghost Protocol so much.
Yeah.
He said, I decided to make Ethan hanging off the side of the Burj instead. So we will take pictures.
God.
We'll take pictures of these and post them so you can see.
These are amazing.
So awesome. Thank you so much,
My tree,
Matt.
I'm sad to report, is still up, so I'm going to be hanging it. Yeah, hanging up.
So I assume you're going to take
yes, I am.
Ghost Protocol.
Yes.
I will take the first one.
That's so
which
good.
is equally awesome. We will take pictures of these, and you can see, so we can see them. He also, Matt sent us his top Mission Impossible films and haircuts.
Okay,
let's hear him. He's earned the right to have these heard. His favorite, ranking from 6.
Okay.
MI2.
Okay.
MI1. Rogue Nation. Fallout. Ghost Protocol, and then his number 1 is MI3.
You want to give his answer, his reasoning for MI3?
For MI3, I think this one has the best story, even if it doesn't have the most impressive action scenes. I love JJ's directing on this one.
Hard to argue.
So there you go. Cool.
Yeah.
Hair rankings?
Okay, this is what I'm really interested in.
Worst to best.
Okay, okay.
MI1.
Oh, God.
I don't understand why we're in such a minority.
Okay.
Rogue Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Protocol.
Okay.
MI2,
Right.
MI3, and Fallout is his #1 haircut. That might be a first.
Yeah. I like Fallout's. I mean, we like them all, but
Yeah.
Fallout's, it's not the most impressive. Really, so much of our anticipation of these next two movies, will it be the same haircut between the two? Is it going to change it?
That's going to be really kind of disappointing if he's going to have the same haircut in both movies.
Yeah.
Maybe he can get a haircut in one of the movies. That'd be kind of fun.
I like where your head's at. Yeah.
Maybe one of the villains will like hold him down and shave him, and he'll be like, no! Which I think would be pretty great.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michael Parente.
Okay.
He is the one who emailed us. Remember, he took a helicopter tour.
Yes.
Of Sydney, and he made the he actually he said yes, that is exactly what happened. He did make the helicopter pilot go over to where the island is. I just look
at your phone and there's like a circle around.
So he sent us the photos that from this thing.
Is that the biotech? That's the island.
So we can post these pictures as well. So on this helicopter tour,
I know that bridge.
He went, and that's the biosite building.
Yeah, the biosite
right there. So
wow,
we can post these as well. I thought that was pretty awesome.
I would have loved to have heard what the helicopter pilot. He was like, "What? You want me to do what?" Also, Sydney, we got our hearts are going out to you, Sydney. If we have any Australian listeners,
yes,
Australia in general, yeah,
yes, of course. Jesus Reguera,
okay,
he got this cassette tape
from the
first movie,
Dixons.
Yeah, it's some cassette tape, and I don't know if it's like a blank cassette tape. It says, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is contained on this tape. And it's some kind of contest. I don't know what this is. If anybody knows what this is with Dixons, he said, I've tried to find pictures of the prizes. And he says they might be spy briefcases. The whole thing, he says, is too obscure for the internet.
That's good. That's where we dwell.
Yeah. So anyway, he said, it took me a few searches to find out what Dixons was. Apparently, it was a very popular electronics chain in the UK at the time of MI1.
I'm looking at Thomas.
Oh, Thomas Jeffroy.
Yes.
Yes, please. Any of our other UK listeners out there.
Yeah, let us know.
If you can let us know about Dixons and about this promotion where you could, I don't know what you were winning, but it seems like some kind of contest.
I'm just glad that other people are cluttering their homes with this stuff and we're not.
Right.
I mean, we do have a lot of junk Mission Impossible related, but.
Yeah. We also got a new shirt design that was pitched and sent to us.
Okay.
Did you ever see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Jonathan Barton sent us this. It's Ethan Hunt running on the wing of the plane from Rogue Nation.
Okay.
We put our Light the Fuse logo above it and a fuse coming out of the wing of the plane.
That's very cool.
It's very cool. Thank you so much, Jonathan. We haven't had a chance to put it up on the website. I don't even know how to do that. Your wife has been the one who's been nice enough to make those designs for us and use the website, so we'll have to ask her about it.
Yeah. It'll be up there soon.
But thank you, Jonathan. We need the more shirts we get, the more
episodes we can produce.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and anytime anybody buys a shirt or anything from our TeePublic page, it helps the show, helps us make the show. So
yeah, well, thanks for that mailbag, Charles.
So thank you, Jonathan Barton, for that.
Anything else?
Someone sent us something about an arcade. Did I ever show that video to you? There was some arcade expo, and I can't remember who sent me this video. Now I feel bad. I wish I could pull it up, but they sent us a video of a trade show. Video. So here we go. This is an expo show of some sort. It looks like a Sega arcade.
What year was this?
This is new.
Oh.
Mission Impossible arcade. And it was like a video that was a bunch of other stuff, and I just took these screen grabs because it went by so fast.
Whoa!
And we can post these too. It's some kind of arcade game. Look at this, Team Beta. It looks like a shooter game with multiple people you can play with. This is your mission should you choose to accept it. Mission status, previous team.
Looks like Elsa's in there. There's Ethan with his short hair.
Do you think it's actually them, though? Or do you think it's going to be just made to look kind of like them?
Yeah, this is intriguing. Because we got to play that game.
I know. We got to find out where is this game going to be. So, yeah, if anybody knows...
They're out now. It was introduced in November. You know, I say this once a week, but I say it's a time to check out Dave and Buster's and see what's happening.
Yeah, probably. We've had a few people over the last year or so ask about a video games episode. So maybe we need to go, and maybe we need to go record out in the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think this could be an episode all of its own.
Yeah, just go out there and record us playing the arcade
How
game.
did we miss this?
I know. So it's
literally November 2019. They introduced it at IAAPA, which is the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions conference. It's a 4-player super deluxe attraction cabinet designed to look like the IMF Safe House. The detailed interiors convey the feel of the top secret hideout. Edge lighting on the control area and subwoofers, spotlighting, and LED floor lighting strips not only flood the interior of the cabinet with light, but also immerse the player in the high-tech ambience of the game. I'm so into this. I want to get this for our home.
We gotta get it here.
We gotta get it here. It's a must-have for operators in 2020, so maybe it's not out there yet, but I'm gonna start. You know, we should email Sega and say, like, we have this Mission Impossible podcast.
Oh, I found it. Okay, Stingray_travel.
Okay.
At Stingray_travel. Thank you so much. You tweeted this at us, and we would not have known about it otherwise.
Right, I'm calling Sega tomorrow, and we're going to get one of these. We're going to get to play it at the very least. Well, I'm overwhelmed by this mailbag. And I'm overwhelmed by the people out there.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed by your sneakiness and your prop comedy. And
how great are these ornaments, though?
I mean, I'm so into this.
Thank you so much, Matt. That's just awesome.
They're so good. And you know, we can never have anything officially licensed with Tom Cruise's face on it. So
right.
to have these unofficially licensed.
Oh, I love it.
It's amazing.
This is so great.
Just a few things we need to take care of before we go.
Yes, of course,
is,
as always.
Obviously, please join our Patreon. We're doing more and more content each and every week.
Yeah, if you ever want up-to-date stuff, like we do episodes, like when they announced just recently that Nicholas Hoult is in the Mission Impossible series, Mission Impossible 7 and 8, Nicholas Hoult has been cast. We did an episode that day. So, like, if you want to stay up to date on news and hear like all the latest stuff, and we found out we got confirmation that Eddie Hamilton is coming back as editor. So, you know, we do episodes about that, and if you want to stay up to date with the latest news and speculation and stuff like that, that's our Patreon.
So patreon.com/LightTheFuse.
Yes.
And if you can't do that, you know, buy a t-shirt. That'll help us out a lot. If not, you know, just please like, subscribe, rate, and review. Tell people about the show. I feel like there are a lot more Mission Impossible fans out there that don't know about the show than do. And I'm pretty sure they'd love this show, so please let them know.
Yes, you find more mission heads out there. You let them know about this show. Spread the word.
And watch Charles's movie on Hulu right now.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Do that.
You think people aren't going to watch it because it's out of the Christmas season?
I don't know. I think it still works.
It's a universal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they won't watch it maybe because it's not a Mission Impossible movie.
They need to support you too. That's part of the deal.
It's called A Nasty Piece of Work, and it's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu right now.
And they can pre-order your book.
Yes, pre-order The Art of Onward,
which comes out in March.
March 3rd, I think. But don't read it until after you see the movie.
Okay.
On the 6th.
I won't.
Don't.
And then check out our TeePublic.
TeePublic, I said
which
that.
we mentioned before.
Yeah.
And
there's always sales. There's always like buy one get something off. So
yeah.
And yeah, we'll be back next week.
And this episode is brought to you by Jeremy Dillon.
As always.
And it was edited and mixed by Luke Burson.
That's it.
Thank you so much to all of you out there. Please spread the word. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thanks again for listening, everyone. And before we go, another mission, should you choose to accept it, please rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. And remember that you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at LightTheFusePod and email us questions or comments at lightthefusepodcasts@gmail.com. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.